Welcome to the production. I'm Rob, aka Boogie Dank. I hope everyone's having a good day out there. I'm burning some truffle butter and getting real nice for this one. It's part one of a series I'm calling Droppin Science. Today's topic is Delta-9 THC. Let's put it in the air. Most people are aware that THC is what causes the high from smoking weed. That's true, but that describes an effect more than what THC actually is. I'm going to explain what it is, where it comes from, and how it works. I'm not claiming to be a biologist or botanist or anything like that. I do my best to use and cite reliable sources, cross-reference the data, and present things clearly. I strive to provide accurate information. So if I jack something up, please respectfully let me know in the comments. I'll gladly make a correction and give you a shout out in the next video. I also want to acknowledge that there are several forms of THC. Variations like Delta-8, Delta-10, and others will be covered in future episodes. In this video, when I say THC, I'm referring to Delta-9. What is THC? THC is short for tetrahydrocannabinol. Let's break that down. Tetra is a Latin term that translates to the number 4. Hydro is short for hydrogen. Tetrahydro means to combine something with 4 atoms of hydrogen. In this case, that something is a compound known as cannabinol, or CBN. It was the first molecule isolated from the cannabis sativa plant. I won't go into great detail about CBN. The important thing to know for this video is that adding 4 atoms of hydrogen to cannabinol makes tetrahydrocannabinol, which is abbreviated as THC. THC is a psychoactive molecule. Let's start with psycho. THC is psychotropic, meaning it can affect the mental state, emotions, and behavior of a person. Antidepressant medications are psychotropics. THC is active. Active ingredients have therapeutic, medicinal, or biochemical effects on living things. They're often listed on the packaging of over-the-counter drugs. For example, acetaminophen is the active ingredient in Tylenol. A molecule is just a group of atoms that combine to form a structure. For example, when 2 hydrogen atoms combine with 1 oxygen atom, they form a water molecule. The chemical formula is H2O. What is THC? THC is a molecule that affects the mind and body of living things. Where does THC come from? THC is a product of cannabis sativa. It's a well-known and often misunderstood plant. Practical, medicinal, and recreational use of cannabis dates back thousands of years. I'll cover the twisted history of cannabis in another video. For now, let's focus on the fact that it's the plant THC comes from. The cannabis sativa plant comprises over 500 different types of molecules. About a quarter of them are non-active compounds known as cannabinoid acids. These acids develop in resin that secretes from glandular trichomes that form on the sugar leaves and flowers. The most abundant of the cannabinoid acids is tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, or THCA. When raw cannabis heats up to 200 degrees or higher, a tiny bit called a carboxyl group detaches from the THCA. The carboxyl group gets released in the form of carbon dioxide gas. This causes a slight change in the size, weight, and shape of the structure. The non-active acid molecules convert to active THC molecules. This is the process of decarboxylation. The active molecules produced by decarboxylation are called phytocannabinoids. THC and CBD are a couple of examples. The most ample psychoactive phytocannabinoid is Delta-9 THC. Contrary to popular belief, there is very little actual THC in raw cannabis. There can be large amounts of THC acid, but the actual THC molecule doesn't exist until the acid is converted through decarboxylation. Trace amounts of THC, around 1 to 2%, can develop from natural heat and light, but that's nowhere near the advertised THC percentage of 15 to 30% you see on packaging. As for raw flower, the THC percentage on the label refers to the amount of THC produced after it's converted. This is referred to as total THC. So where does THC come from? THC is a product of heating acid found in the cannabis sativa plant. How does THC work? THC stimulates the central nervous system. How it goes about doing that depends on the method of consumption. There are many ways to partake. I won't cover them all, but here are a few. One of the most common methods of consuming THC is smoking. Fire is used to heat raw cannabis flower. The acid is converted to THC and inhaled. Another popular way to take in THC is vaping. Vaporizers have battery-powered chambers that heat cannabis flower and extracts. The acid converts to THC and is inhaled. When inhaled, THC passes through the lungs, into the bloodstream, and travels to the brain. The effects begin within minutes. Enjoying edibles is a completely different process and experience. The cannabis is heated prior to consumption. The acid is converted to THC and stored in a fatty medium, such as oil or butter. That medium becomes ingredients in various foods and drinks. When eaten or drank, THC passes through the stomach and liver. The liver converts the THC to a stronger form. The enhanced THC enters the bloodstream and travels to the brain. The intensity and duration of the effects increase when consumed this way. Depending on the dosage, the high can be extreme and last for hours. It takes about an hour for the effects of an edible to kick in. Extracts like live resin, live rosin, dabs, and diamonds are just a few of the many ways to enjoy cannabis. I'll save that. For now, here are a few details on how THC works. As THC races through the body and reaches the brain, it binds with cellular receptors. These endocannabinoid receptors are part of a larger network called the endocannabinoid system. It runs throughout the body and brain and is a key part of the nervous system. The ECS, as it's known, uses molecules created naturally by the body to regulate many of our critical functions. Things like sleep, temperature, pain control, and memory are all monitored by the ECS. The molecules it uses to perform those tasks are called endocannabinoids. One of the endocannabinoids used by the ECS is anandamide, or ANA. It binds to cannabinoid receptors, increases happiness, and reduces anxiety. It's named after the Sanskrit word ananda, which translates to joy or bliss. Dark chocolate contains anandamide. THC is very similar in size and shape to anandamide. So close, in fact, the system accepts THC as if it were anandamide. THC essentially hijacks the endocannabinoid system. Once inside, THC can mimic or alter the signals in the nervous system. The most common effects of consuming THC are relaxation, euphoria, and increased appetite. Results vary depending on the person, product, and dosage. A small percentage of people experience negative effects, such as anxiety or paranoia. So, how does THC work? THC binds with cellular receptors, alters signals, and stimulates the nervous system. In summary, THC is a molecule that affects the mind and body of living things. THC is a product of heating acid found in the cannabis sativa plant. And THC binds with cellular receptors, alters signals, and stimulates the nervous system. Now, I'm sure some of you are saying, that's cool and all, but what we really want to know is how to increase THC levels in our garden. It starts with good genetics. To grow potent weed, you have to start with a cultivar that's capable of achieving the desired potency. Then it requires getting all the other steps correct. Every aspect, including the medium you grow in, the nutrients you use, and the growing environment has to be dialed in to boost THC acid production. I'll dive into that in more detail in a series I'm calling Growing Dank. Be sure to check it out. Hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, get notified, and all that good stuff. Peace.